welcome, my brothers. You know exactly who it is. Amdi. This the Future Fathers FF podcast. My bros, I hope you have been well. I've been okay. I know it's been a little while, but still, we must keep moving. Yeah, life goes on. That's why I ain't been here. That's why I ain't been around. Life's been lifing. Bros, I hope you've been alright. I hope work's been good to you. I hope, excuse me. Oh, I thought I was gonna sneeze. Yeah, I hope your missus or your partner's been good to you. Yeah. I hope your children have been good to you. I hope work's been good to you. Most of all, I hope you ain't had to beat nobody this week, bros. So, my brothers, let me tell you something. I encountered a human being over the last week or so, and he was a very strange man. He how can I put this? Like, I'm struggling to find the words to explain to you because it so it doesn't make sense to me. It didn't make sense to me when he said it. It still don't make sense to me now. So man he has three children, and he said he's struggling at the moment because one of his children is not really listening to him too much. So I'm like, oh, okay, my brother, like tell me what's going on. So he said, well, the child doesn't come off the internet. Like, and you take away whatever device they're using. No, because if I take away the phone, they go on the laptop. If I take away the laptop, they use the TV. So, bro, turn them off. He's like, no, I can't do that. I can't do that because his other child is using the internet. Now, I didn't tell you to turn off the internet, bro. I told you to turn off the device. Okay. I'm like, big man, like, you've got three children. Three. How did you get to this position where you're asking somebody else? Like, I understand asking for advice and asking for help and stuff like that, but how do you get so stuck? I don't get that. How do you get so stuck where you're thinking to yourself, right, I need to ask somebody else that's in the same position because they probably got a better answer, or they might have a better view. Let's just say that, even if it's that, even if it is that, and it's a better view my man's looking for, and he's asking me and he's saying to me, oh, well, D, you know what? I don't know how to deal with this. Maybe you've dealt with this. Yes, my man. And I explained to him about my children. Yeah. My children grew up when YouTube was young. It's not Christmas yet. Why are you playing Christmas jingle bells songs on your phone? Anyway. So I explained to him, like, with my sons. My sons grew up when YouTube was in its inception. It was young. So my two were exposed to YouTube when it was in its infancy, when YouTube was raw and there was everyone trying to do everything. Yeah, there was established people as well. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying my children grew up when YouTube just boss, but my children knew YouTube before a lot of other people. That sounds really weird. I don't even right. It sounds weird because I think it was me that didn't really understand or know about YouTube that much. My children did, and they were on it on Sanali's phone and my tablet. Yeah, on the tablets in the house. So they were using our devices as well, Xbox, PC, and we had restrictions. Microsoft had family restrictions that we'd put in place and had them for years. Yeah, so this is nearly 20 years ago now. So anyone telling you that they can't have restrictions for their devices for their children, they're lying. They're not looking hard enough. So anyway, we had the restrictions on, and them two, their devices would literally shut down at a certain time. It wouldn't even turn back on. So I explained this to him, and he's telling me, "Oh, no, I can't do that. I can't do that." So I said to him, "So if you're not going to do that, then you take away the individual devices. To me, in my head, yeah, it's as simple as that. You take the devices away. If they're still looking for them and they find others, you just take them away as well. Then there's no devices. Take your child outside, I said to him. Go and find something else for you and the child to do. That's an activity where both of you are involved together. Oh, I might do that. I might do that. And I'm like, you come and ask me for advice, or not even advice. You come and ask me for my personal opinion on something. I give you said personal opinion on something, and all of a sudden, my opinion is like, oh well, I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if I'm going to do that, bro. Then just don't bother in it. Like seriously, just don't bother because the way I see it is, as a dad myself, and having been through similar circumstances, nothing compared to what parents have to go through nowadays with their children and the internet. But I'm looking at it, as I said, from my perspective, and I'm saying, well, there are restrictions in place that you can utilize. Bearing in mind now, this is after I've told him about the restrictions that I've used. And I said to him, well, then you just have to take the devices away. He said, and you'll have to go outside and find activities. He then said to me, oh, well, I don't know if I could do that. Brother, I've given you two separate things to do. I'm not just talking to him now, I'm talking to the rest of you out there as well. Because there are parents, I've heard so many parents, oh, my child just, they don't know when to come off their device, they don't know when to put it down, they don't know when to do this, they don't know when to do that. I tell you what, when they go to their beds, yeah, the phone stays with you. Excuse me. Yeah, phone stays with you. Apart from that, you have restrictions on everything, parental restrictions. As I said, Microsoft parents, now if you're listening, look into it. Microsoft have their own restrictions. The device literally turns off. They can try and turn it back on. They can try and do that, but you as the parent, you get I think it's a weekly report of how many hours they spend playing what game, and how much time they actually spent on the internet, how much time they spent on a console or a PC. I'm telling you, look into it. Back to my story. So, what was that? I explained all of this, and I'm like, wait, hold on. So, if there's all of these things in place, and as I said, I've heard a lot of parents say, "Oh no, I don't know." How are so many parents struggling? It still baffles me to today. Like I'm not gonna say I'm all together with it with everything up on parenting, because my children are big boys, so I haven't had to do a lot for many years, many years. That might change soon, I don't know, but I'm just saying, like, it can't be that different. It really can't be that. Things cannot have changed so much so that there's nothing for parents now to say, well, there's no restrictions for me. I can't put a restriction on what my child's seeing. Yeah, you can. You've been able to do that for the last 18 years. I don't under. What do you mean you can't? Yeah, you can. It's just finding, or should I say, it's not even finding it. Because if you're looking for it, yeah, you'll find it. It's whether you're willing to look for it. Most parents are not willing to look for the right solution for their problems. They want someone to give it to them. And I'll tell you this, parents are the funniest people. We would like advice from everyone. Oh, sorry. We would like advice from everyone, but as soon as we get it, we tell you about, don't tell me about my child. It's weird, but that's exactly what we're like. I just wanted to point these things out because, as I said, it come to my attention with this guy, and I was like scratching my head. There's lots of noise going on outside today. Yeah, I'm there scratching my head. Wow, this this is what other parents are going through. And this is just one man. This is just one man coming to me, and I'm like, okay, fair enough. How do I deal with this? Me personally, brothers, I give my personal opinion. I tell you, I tell most people, I tell you, well, I tell everybody what I did with my children. If you don't like it and it's not for you, you don't have to do that. I'm not telling you that you have to do what I did with my children at all. I'm giving you my opinion on what has happened in my life with my children. I can give you what worked for me, and that's the best I can possibly do. I am not you. You do not have my children. I don't have your children. So what works for one may not work for the other. But similar situations and circumstances have led me to understand that, do you know what? Sometimes if something works for somebody else and you're in a similar situation, it just might work for you. You might have to tweak it a little bit, obviously. They're different people. You've experienced life in different ways. So you have to just, put your little spin on it. Because how you talk to your child is not the same way their teacher talks to them. Or I'm all right. So you, as in either mum or dad, yeah. How mum talks to a child is not the same as how dad talks to a child. It's not the same way your teacher will talk to a child, a teacher. It's not the same as a grandparent talking to a child. It's not the same as an uncle or an aunt talking to a child, even a brother or sister talking to a sibling. So we just have to tweak things. Life is an amalgamation of different things for different people. I give my opinion. He might go to somebody else and get their opinion, and that might work for him. He might have to go through 10 different men to find an opinion that aligns with his thinking, his teaching, and his parenting skill, or parenting skill set, or his parenting style. I don't know. He may not know. Ultimately, as I've stated before on a number of occasions, we should be discussing things like this with each other because it helps. It helps me, yeah, be able to sit down and talk to you, man. It helps you be able to sit down with somebody else and hold a conversation about parenting skills and be able to give and take. We're not in this alone, none of us. Two of us made a child, yeah, not two man, yeah, two people, a man and a woman made a child. First of all, you've got your parents, your two parents, hopefully, yeah, or a parent. You have a guide giving you information. You are now the giver of information. You now have to be the guide. The roles just changed. You now got information. You got to pass on. That's all it is. It ain't nothing mad. So, bros, that's all I wanted to rock with you today. With like, it was playing on my head for a little bit. So I was like, no, no, no. I gotta tell somebody. I gotta tell you guys. You guys have to hear this because some of you out there is in the same position, the same situation, and some of you are unaware of the advantages you have as a parent. As I said, if any of you have got children that use an Xbox, yeah, or a PC, Microsoft. I cannot remember exactly what it is. I'll try and see if I can get a little clip of it and put it in the video. Apart from that, my brothers, I've given you the details. You might have to just find it yourselves. Yeah? If not, I'll put it in the description. My brothers, please look after yourselves, look after each other. Yeah? And, most of all, I hope you stay well and stay blessed.